Hey guys, it's Corey, and here's part 2 of my update. Now this is going to be equipment, and here we're starting with the brains of it all, with the Apex controller, power bars. I'm running 2 8-outlet power bars and 1 4-outlet power bar. I know it's a rat's nest in there. I've been meaning to do better cable management. Now right here, I started experimenting with brine shrimp and dosing it to the tank and seeing how it's doing. So far, I haven't seen any negative effects. I've only been doing it for a week or two now, so we'll get that out of the way. Now back here you can see the BRS dosing jugs, alkalinity and calcium, and up here got the eShops doser. Now I'm pretty happy with this doser so far. I had the BRS dosers, and I finally decided to go with a unit that can control itself. You know, split dosing on its own, stuff like that. I got sick of trying to sit there and set the timers for, you know, it's 1.1 milliliters per minute times how many minutes, and on and off. It just got really frustrating trying to change settings. So I ended up going with this. It's not a bad. It's a little loud, but other than that, it's not a bad doser. I'm pretty happy with it so far. And back there, you can see I still have the hydro wave controller on. Now I don't run the hydro pumps anymore. I ended up going with the J-Bills. I'm pretty sure I have that update in my old videos. But I set up that to where every 30 minutes it will control the left or the right pump. It'll switch, so it gives me more random flow. And here I added a second stage of DI resin to polish off the RODI unit. Now before, I had it in the back room, and I'd have to walk the garbage can all the way into here for the water changes. So finally I drilled a hole in the floor. I ran the tubing through the floor to the tank. So now I have all the water I need right here at the tank. I no longer have to carry buckets, garbage cans, blah blah. The only buckets I have to carry is to empty the water from the water change. Put a 5-gallon auto top-off reservoir in. Yeah, rat's nest. I need to go through all that. So that'll do it for underneath here. Now, if you guys have any questions or comments of how I run things, make sure you leave it in the comments section, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. But if you guys have any questions regarding equipment during this video, let me know. If there's something you want me to review and tell you, you know, what my experience is with it, let me know, and I'll try to get out a review video on it. Now let's go over to the sump where all the action's happening. Okay, so here we are at the sump. Now, some of you are probably wondering, oh, you know, that looks like a bigger tank than your last videos. It is. I went from a 20-gallon long to a 40-gallon breeder. Did custom baffles, put in the overflows. I run 2 filter socks, and the skimmer probably looks different too. Well, it does. I ended up going with a Vertex. I like the skimmer so far. At first it was a little finicky, like it would always freak out over random stuff. I'd have overflows all the time. But after a good couple months, it broke in, and it runs flawless now. Almost instant foam head all the time. I'm pretty happy with it. It sucks though with the compartment that I built here, because I built this compartment for my old skimmer, which was the Aquamax CO Cone 1. And I ended up selling that one and going with this one, so it's a little tight having to fit the pump underneath that baffle to the left there, you see. But it works good. I like it. I have it draining into a 5-gallon bucket, instead of having to empty the cone all the time. I got some dirty filter socks there, got to clean them. So the piping comes from the tank, which is where you see the tape. That's from the main display. And then the piping right there comes from the frag tank system all down into the first chamber in the back, overflows, goes through 2 filter socks, is forced down and under a baffle to the pump of the skimmer, and then from there comes up and over. I have that just to prevent micro bubbles from the skimmer, and then it goes into the middle chamber with the Quiet One pump. Now, I love this pump. It's never failed me. I honestly don't clean it as much as I should. It's super quiet. You can barely hear this thing run. And then from there it goes up the manifold over to the refugium section. Got the Kato in there. It's growing pretty good. I get a good chopping bag out of it every week or two. And the BRS reactor. I'm not running GFO right now. I ended up taking the GFO offline. So now I'm just running carbon, about a cup of carbon. And I ended up, the lights that I had on the refugium before were the Chinese LED, the red and blue. I ended up switching it out for an LED one from Lowe's. It's more of like a, what is it, 5600 Kelvin or whatever range that the refugium likes. It grows it pretty good. And then from there, you can see it comes off the manifold. The spigot to the left controls the flow to the frag tank. That's wide open. I run that full wide open flow along with the refugium one. And then up there it tees off, comes to this tubing, which comes over and down into the pulsating Xena tank. And then that back spigot, it controls the flow to the main display. So that about does it for the sump area and the equipment. If you guys have any questions, again, just put them in the comments. I'll get back to you. I'll review something. Now let's get on to one of the most important parts of the tank, and that's lighting. So here you can see the lighting. Now I'm running 2 Kessel 160 blues. I think they max out right now at about 45%. Now, I had these lights turned way down where they maxed out at like 20%. And I started to see some of my corals suffer, and I thought it was due to other issues. So I ended up, backing the light off, and it just made it worse. So now I'm slowly ramping them back up. Now, these things do put out a lot of light. Compared to my Chinese LEDs, they don't put out as much spread as what the Chinese ones used to put out. Right now, I'm implementing T5 supplements. I don't yet have it for this tank yet. I'm going to mount it right here on this 2x4. It's a 2-foot fixture. I don't have it on there yet. It's coming in the mail. But I did implement T5s in the main display, which you can probably see glowing off the back wall there. But I'm really happy with the Kessels. I do like them. They put a really cool glow in the tank. And that shimmer, it's just amazing. I love it. You can see the shadows of the fish. Really awesome shimmer. I love it. So now let's get over to the main display's lights. Okay, so here you see the main display's lights set up. Now I'm running 2 Kessel 360 W's, the wide version. This is the tuna blue. I like them. Again, same thing with Kessels. They don't put out as much like spreaded light. It's more of like a focused beamy light. And nothing against them, but they don't provide that good spread. So that's why I've implemented T5s now. Now I'm running Aqua Blue Plus, and I'm running a Actinic Plus bulb. 4-foot fixture. I picked this up at Lowe's for like $35, and I wired the extension cord you see back there in. You know, instead of paying $100-something for some fixture online, which is the same thing, just with fancy reflectors, you know, 2 high output bulbs put out a lot of light, and it's really filled in the tank a lot. And I hung the Kessels there behind, you know, with their provided hanging kit. Now the screening you're seeing, that's for the RAS, so don't jump out. And we'll just go right into the next part of the video, which is the pumps. So now I'm running J-Bell pumps, and the 2 that you see on the top left and right, those are the main pumps that are running for the display tank. I have them on the lowest setting because these pumps move some serious water. If I was to turn it up, it'd be blowing sand everywhere. And I have it on a wave mode, W1, and from there, you know, it'll run wave 1 mode on one side, and then like I showed you earlier, the controller will then switch it to wave 1 on low speed on this side, and it'll just keep going back and forth every half hour all day. And I think that provides really good random flow. Now the other one you're seeing there in the middle, that one is a dual controller that runs on the frag system. And as you can see, I got them about halfway, half speed, and they're running pretty good. I have it also on a wave 1 mode where they go back and forth, and one side will go, the other side will go, one side will go, the other side will go. And they provide pretty good random flow when it comes to the flow in the frag tank. They are the smaller version pumps, but they do put out a lot of flow, and that's the other one there. Now the other one I got running on this tank is right here. Now this one provides a lot of flow for the SPS you see on the top rack there, and that is the WP25. Again, lots of flow. I have it turned up to, actually no, I have it low, S3, and it is on wave mode. So that controller runs this pump here. Now I have another pump way in the back there that you can see. Now that provides flow underneath the racks to keep the detritus suspended from collecting underneath the racks. Now I am running one also, which is the controller for here. I'm running that down in the sump on full blast in the skimmer chamber. Now that keeps detritus and everything from settling down there in the skimmer chamber. It keeps it suspended so the skimmer can take it out. So yeah guys, that's the equipment side. Pumps, lights, you know, new skimmers. Oh, you can see the Air King fan there. It's not really used much right now. It's winter time right now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any comments regarding these pumps, these lights, you know, what my time schedule is, what my setup is, just shoot me a message in the comments. And hopefully you guys enjoy. Subscribe, like, dislike, thumbs down, whatever you want to do. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one.